What's up, Battletech fans? Here we are with a special GenCon edition of Battletalk, and I'm very glad to have my special guests here with me at this time, Chris Lewis, Pretzelbear of the Innersphere Paint Bay, Bishop Steiner, and Anthony Scroggins. Say hello to the folks at home.
Hello to the folks at home.
Hello, everybody.
I think it was Craig Reed Jr. that just said the same thing, so now that's like two instances.
Now, here's a question. Are we going to add a poll to this video when you put it up, Tuck? You know, vote on which one of us has the sexiest beard.
I can absolutely put that. You know what, folks? If you want to vote on which one of us has the sexiest beard, you're going to have to put it in the comments. There's all kinds of beards to choose from. It's a veritable smorgasbord, folks, of facial hair. You can't go wrong. We bring you the most from coast to coast.
A smorgasbeard? There you go for the
Beard.
poll.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that I don't have the shortest beard on camera.
I'm shocked that Pretzelbear beat me to the beard.
Yeah.
Talking GenCon, and we were just talking a moment ago about how it is 3 out of 4 of our first times. Me, Bishop, and Chris's very first time going to GenCon. Bishop, you're coming all the way from Mexico, baby. All the way for the very first time. Is that true?
Yes, sir. For all the haters. Woo! Yes. Oh, somebody must be
Oh, snap.
coming to America.
And I heard
Be
some
fair,
rumors
Bishop.
going around. Somebody was talking around the campfire. You might be in the whole Masters and Minions game?
Oh, yeah. I very much lucked out on that. I don't know who the saint was that gave up a spot, because it was apparently locked up.
I don't know if I'm not sure if anyone gave up a spot ultimately. I think I'd say grease the wheels, but we put fire to the wheels and we got them in.
Suddenly got set up. Are we allowed to even mention who we're teamed up with, anything or anything like that, or is it all super hush hush?
I think that's down to if you want to keep surprises or not. You can let it rip if you want.
I was going to say that those are rules I'm not aware of.
Yeah, honestly, my knowledge of anything, rules, tables, locations, GenCon.
I'm pretty sure you can talk about it.
Hey, you know what? If you want to leave it a surprise and then wind up sitting across the table from me when I'm there at Masters and Minions, I'll be like, all right, you know what?
We already know that you and I have inevitably, like Obi-Wan and Vader. It has to happen.
I have faced off against a minion opponent twice over my years at GenCon, so
Oh, wow.
things happen. They encourage you to hide your Masters and Minions mechs so that people don't see them, but I might show them on here.
I thought you said that technically the mechs weren't locked in until Masters and Minions started.
Oh, they want... I don't know how people sign up, but I assume that is sold out by now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Those tickets are gone.
Yeah, you might as well. You have your Masters and Minions mechs picked out, and there's some pretty cool...
Hey,
well, there's a rumor I'm going to be bringing 2 custom, brand new Sculpt Chargers. So...
you talking about like some Kickstarter action here? Because that's real high on my list.
This is even beyond the Kickstarter Charger.
Nice.
What is it? Visually stock charger, but custom pose.
Yep.
Very nice.
Even if I get annihilated, I'm going to have fun doing it. Aside from Masters and Minions, I have zero clue what's going on, where I'll be. Apparently there's some art tables at some point. Anthony might know that. I sure don't.
You all get ready to play a lot of Grinder Battletech. If that's your thing, this is where it's at, is Gen Con. It's tables upon tables of huge Grinder matches going on. And
are those things you have to buy your way into, or do you just kind of like jump into those?
I forget if it's I think it's a 2-hour slot for $4, 2 tickets, I believe.
That's what I was seeing, yeah.
There are players that come to Gen Con and play Grinder the whole time. That's all they do.
Are they 2v2 or 1v1 or
free for all? Between 4 to 8 players a table, typically. For those that haven't played Grinder Battletech, this is a great way to get new players into it. It's free for all. You spawn, do it multiple ways, but the way my local group does it is you start in a light mech, bring anything you want, unless said local GM wants to provide all the miniatures, and you spawn in with that. When you die, you go up to a medium. You die, you go up to a heavy, and so on and so on. If it's a real long day, you could do New Game Plus. But the way Catalyst does it is you get a battle value balanced unit with there's 5 or 6 tiers, and so you just play grinder and you get points for kills and certain things, and I think you can win prizes that way. Real easy for a new player to just manage one mech, and you get to observe many people playing their turns out and pick up the game that way.
Grinders, I'm going to have at some point do an urban mech and an assassin. What other mechs am I forced to just have to in a Bishop meme?
You gotta have the Enlo Wang, baby. You gotta swing your Wang around.
That's not a meme mech, though, man.
Oh, come on, make it a meme mech.
You'll have to work your way up into
mech.
a Vulcan. You'll have to work your way up into a Vulcan. I'm just saying.
Well, you'll have a charger. You can play that.
Hey.
So that kind of fits in. So I need a very bad heavy mech to go with. Maybe that's. Yeah, but you're bringing a Jaeger mech, aren't you, Anthony?
Yeah, I'll bring a Jaeger along.
There you go.
I got one of those painted up.
Than this, baby.
I was gonna say, I think I'm bringing a charger with me. I'm bringing like maybe 30 some odd miniatures because I heard that you could like use whatever you wanted in these grinders, and so I thought I'll just bring a bunch of cool stuff.
They assign you your mechs, but if you're a dev or enough clout, though, and you'll print out a record sheet and you put anything you want on the table. So I typically go in to torment the players, but if they kill me, it's guaranteed prizes. That's the trade-off there.
My approach to this Gen Con is different than everybody's. I am a dainty social butterfly.
All right.
I am coming to meet Bishop in person, Anthony in person.
And I think it's a pit stop on Randall's reunion tour, isn't it? His 40-year reunion tour? So you'll get the patch.
Exactly. The whole gang.
I was going to say, you got to say hello to Rem.
Absolutely.
I'll split myself off and make sure that I'm there for you.
There is some plans for me to jump over and check out some Shadowrun, and on the odd chance there's a table going also that has openings, I would really like to get in some dice throwing while I'm up there beside at the table.
Well,
absolutely.
Most RPGs are played in quiet rooms, so for, like you say, introverts, that's a good place to go off and rest your ears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to have the boss lady with me. My wife is going to be there.
Yeah.
We are doing one painting class, I believe, Friday at 8 p.m. I've done all these mechs I've painted, and I'm going to have at least one bag of army with me, just to show off. But I don't know art. I have taught myself all these methods that I show on my videos. And so we're going to go to an official Catalyst How to Paint Your Mechs class. She even said, I'll go with you and paint a mech.
Hey, all right.
Awesome.
What time is that? What day is that?
I think that's going to be the Friday 8 p.m. slot. I have to double check the schedule, but we're going to be there. I'm also
my friend has my schedule, so if I'm free, I'd definitely be down to sit in there and paint a mini with y'all. Yeah,
absolutely. And then we're definitely going to be attending the Shadowrun live plays Thursday and Saturday. I've got some other friends that are going to be attendants that are going to be actually playing in the Thursday game. So we're going to attend those. I mean, this is just going to be one event to the next, have fun, and wander across the dealer floor and go shake hands.
I need to go gather some dirt on some Shadowrun devs just so I can actually get a little bit of pressure to get Bishop the Troll made canon.
Nice.
I really want to get a Dead Tree copy of a couple books from Brian and Phil and get them signed.
And I'm bringing you that TRO 3025 first edition. I got it packed away right now.
I wish Dwayne was going to be there because I for sure would be having him sign it in a heartbeat. But
I ordered something.
Ooh, nice.
All packed up and ready to go.
That one is the ultra special. It has it is the literal first print that has the deleted stuff, such as the PPC Locust or the
PPC Packet Locust.
That by the commonly owned version from 1987, the third printing, they had deleted that. They had fixed the tonnage on the hatchetman to make the hatchet have weight. This has all the Malthus from the get-go.
All the illegal units.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so beautiful for me as an ultimate collector of the era whose first Battletech book was the original, but it disintegrated so long ago.
See, my spine on mine's falling apart. That's why I had to put it in that bag. Because I was like, man, I'm going to be lugging this bag around from airport to airport and whatnot else, and I'd be afraid it'd fall apart in transit, so I threw it in that thing. But
I'm
the
pretty
thing
sure
about...
we'll spend a lot of time in a Mylar sheet, too. Trust me.
Because at this point, there's probably like 2 pages falling out. I think like the rifleman and the catapult are falling out. But other than that, everything is intact. And this one's kind of special because it was the physical hard copy proof after somebody had said like, there was never a PPC Locust. That never happened. You're making it up. And then we actually it turns out I had it, and I didn't even realize I had it until you had told me, hey, why don't you just go double check? And that is a TRO that I scored on eBay for a song probably a decade or more ago in a lot. So I had like no idea what it was until you made me look at it. So I was like, how could I not give it to you? I didn't even know I had it until then.
Appreciated, my friend, because I have the 87 third print in a binder somewhere around here, and it's literally entirely loose leaf. Because that's, let's just say, well, you know how I feel about the spinal integrity of the early TROs, Tuck.
Yes, that's a better fact.
Yeah.
I think it's best to leave that unsaid.
We're recording tonight, so we're going to leave that line out. Anthony, let's talk a little bit about what you got going on down there. I know you just had this big fundraiser going on to help Bishop get into town, so I want to say thank you for that.
We wanted to make sure he got up this year, because this has been attempted for 3 years in a row, and it's just literal hurricanes of problems. So
Yeah, right.
to make sure nothing was missed, I bought his tickets so that he could buy everything else and not bottom out his money. So yeah, Bishop's had a PayPal and Venmo or whatever going, and so I also have PayPal and Venmo where I've been anyone that wants to give towards his plane tickets. I think I'm about between a third to a half, close to a halfway paid off, but I'll probably reboost that on my Facebook. I could give you a link if you want to.
Yes, please. I'll put it in the link description, and I'll put all that stuff on the screen.
Both are still ongoing as we speak. And technically, mine is a PayPal Ko-Fi because Venmo doesn't like Mexico.
Right.
Yep. So I have
by the time you see this, that'll still be active.
From my side, anyone, I'll have to recall it on my Facebook post, but I have, if you give a certain amount, you can come grab an art print from me if you're going to GenCon. So it's not all money thrown into the wind.
And on mine, it's the top 3 total fundage. People are automatically lined up for a commission piece of their choice after GenCon from me.
That's cool.
As a thank you. So top 3, $100 was the minimum on that to get into that. That's been blown away, thankfully. I can say, so that's good. But there's still room if someone wants to snake out from under Dapper Raccoon or Robert Ash to do so at the last minute. Somebody snaked Chris already. So
snap.
Yep.
On notice.
That's okay. And that's okay. I've done my part.
Oh, you have.
In multiple ways.
Yeah, if you donate $30 towards Bishop's plane fare, you get a free print from me at GenCon. But yeah, I will be there with copious amounts of art prints for sale and signing all the art prints. You'll find me doing that at the Catalyst game tables, not in the Artist Alley. 2 or 3 times the actual Catalyst vendor booth will be hosting artists for signings as well. But for the most part, if you walk by the game tables, you'll find me, Bishop, Eldonius Rex, all shoveling our art around there.
And terrorizing the players on occasion.
And yes. am bringing prints for signing and some original pieces, such as things like the original hand-drawn concept art for some of the Kickstarter mechs, that kind of things, in case people are interested in those. So
I can show off some of the new prints I'll have. So it's 40th anniversary.
Yeah, let's see these prints.
We've got those 40th anniversary box covers, which was really fun for me to work on because I'd been working on the miniatures for years and never been on the box. Just always ended up too busy in the process. So some of you at Gen Con know the prints I bring, but here's a big print of the whole thing combined, which is you can't even quite get with the box art because they have to trim margins and things. So you get the full thing, but I thought, people might like Awesomes or Griffins, so I also have the whole thing on a Griffin and the whole other. Oh, that's one of the same, but I've got the Awesome as well. So I'll have those 3 new prints for those that have purchased before. I also have my Malice from, I think it's Era Report 3145.
So I know Bishop's going to have some originals with him to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Will you have any originals? Some higher dollar items?
That's the problem of being a digital artist. Is
It's all pixels.
However, I will have one very limited edition for the time. So those I just showed you, I guess the Griffin. I will have. This is 13 by 19 inches. I'm going to have a single print in 20 by 24 inches with pearlescent archival paper. So think like halfway to the effect you get from those metallic prints. I'll have that there for somebody to go home with. I haven't decided a price yet. It's significantly more expensive. Whoever does buy it, my only request will be if I find a good way to display it, I want to keep it there for the whole con for people to look at, because I will take pre-orders for similar prints. Nice. I thought because these have a very heavy outlay to get made, whereas my other prints don't. So I'm going to take pre-orders and mail them to people after the con.
Nice.
And you can choose just the Griffin side, just the Awesome, or the whole thing in a 24 by 30 something inch huge monstrosity print in pearlescent shiny paper. So
in all seriousness, I will have to talk to the wife about how much wall space I can
right.
That's around the full
how
walls.
about on Catalyst themselves? Do you know of any special plans, swag they're bringing that's going to be special for the 40th anniversary, or anything like that?
Sure. They always have a new shirt every year, if not a couple shirts. So get shirts when you're at Gen Con. They're not. They still haven't gotten on the merch game as far as artwork goes. Of course, they've always got the pins and dice and patches and all that stuff.
I know
the dice are what I'm looking most forward to.
I know there's a new novel. I know they'll have the Davian source book, I believe.
Mm-hmm. They had that at Kerensky.
And then they will have the combination TRO, the roll-up.
Recognition guide.
Yep. So I know that they'll have those 3 products.
Merch game? You mean like my custom flying urban mech stocks?
Nice. Wait.
I also
we're talking socks.
Oh, don't make me break out my bachal socks also.
Look at all these weird foot people in this room.
Those are my bachals.
I just have colored toenails. I hate socks. I have colored toenails. It's that simple.
I can't bring myself to wear them.
If somebody wants to make my Gen Con complete, I'm saying this kind of jokingly because they're stupid expensive, but you know what would really pop with a 6'3" ginger Viking wearing shorts and calf socks of multiple colors?
What's
a pair of Birkenstocks.
Pair of Birkenstocks.
I hide as little as possible, baby.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so art for me, we will have little black and white prints, some line art, some sketches for Bishop, and then Bishop said he's going to bring original pencil sketches, one-offs to sell.
See if I got any of those.
Will you all take commissions on site? Is that a thing y'all do? I know some artists at Comic Cons do that.
I encourage the bishop to consider it.
Way too much stress level for the bishop. But things like
Fair enough.
if it can focus,
There it is.
that is
Ah.
the original that became the assassin. If I can get a slightly better angle with the fan blowing like a hurricane.
It's beautiful.
But
There we
That's
go.
gorgeous.
that's one like that. One not directly on there, but just an example.
Yep.
Specialty soccer. Some stuff's a bit more tongue-in-cheek, but I'll bring it anyhow just because you never know what somebody might like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. The Urban Mech and the Balius.
And the Ishtar as the
Yeah.
chariot. Yep. Yeah, stuff like that. And I even have
That
possibly
friggin' vehicle.
the single most important one of all, because this is what basically brought me into the fold.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The very
You gotta
first
have
concept sketch for the new Urban Mech before Anthony had me start tweaking it or anything.
Before I removed that much toe, you guys really are in defeat.
Well, and I'm going to be talking to Bishop while he's in the States about a couple new tattoo concepts I might have. One of them being a dropship, one of them being a Highlander that'll end up going on my calves.
I wonder, does this?
Hey, why don't we just all while we're there
we go.
Oh, that's
matching
beautiful.
tattoos, you know?
Maybe
I
I
would
can
do
get
that.
some more light on it and can I get some focus on it?
Yeah.
Personally, camera not going to work up that close, but yeah, I'm
No,
bringing a
it
Savage Wolf along.
Nice.
Custom loadout. I forget if it's the B or the C. People ask me what favorite mech. It's usually whatever one of the coolest, most recent things we've worked on, and so like I'm never gonna say Timberwolf, but yeah, right now Savage Wolf is one of the ones I'm digging because it's a new flavor of Timberwolf. You know,
It's different.
I love the way it
It's
looks.
the new hotness.
Still trying
there's
to
some
get
people
Anthony-
that have painted up a bunch of Timberwolves, and they are probably going to enjoy painting some Savage Wolves. But yeah, who knows? I don't know if Catalyst is going to line up the stars for any new Force packs to debut at GenCon. It's just these days it seems to be defined by if any canal disaster is happening.
We have
Right.
to have a group photo. Got to have a group photo
Yeah.
with
Absolutely.
there at the Urban Mech.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I'm bringing this one for you,
Yeah.
Bish.
Well, I appreciate that also, but I'm talking about the one that's about 8 meters tall.
The tall one. The life-size Urban Mech. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I have to get a picture with that.
Which is my ultimate FU to all the Urban Mech haters. That
so
which
you
mech at
three
every con?
haven't seen the Urban Mech in person yet. Then
I have not.
it is.
So I'm very much looking forward to that.
It's amazing because it's real size. It's life sizes. I'm not sure if they fudged any measures, but I'm pretty sure it's the correct life size. Obviously, it's a little cartoon because it's a blow up thing, but you'll trust me. You have never comprehended how big the mechs in Battletech feel until you see this Urban Mech and realize it's a light mech.
And it's a small, it's a short light
Yeah,
mech.
it was one of the shortest in our
Yes.
entire lineup for a long time. I think
Yes.
Mercury was the only one in the first Kickstarter that
It's
was
got a lot of volume for a 30-ton, but
It's wide.
not tall.
when you look at it and you think it's towered over by an Atlas, it looks awesome. And then you've seen people take pictures of it from like rooftop parking garages, and it looks like Battletech because that's
Yeah,
the angle.
like it's actually
But-
happening.
But
I have a miniature version of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's coming with me.
Yes. And
So
you
I will
did-
have a total of 5 Urban Mechs, much to
Nice.
Bishop's delight,
Nice.
with me this time.
And I'm going to have to take an opportunity to drag Randall and Brent or whoever into a room and Ray and have a long discussion about the silliness of them half-assing the cannon on the Urban Mech Lamb. Either do or do not. Throw a pair, guys. Come on.
Mhm.
You already
Well,
got
you
AS
heard it, Ray.
cards. It's out there. Just
He's
coming
wait
for
up.
you.
I know you hate lambs, Ray, but deal with it.
I'm okay with not canonizing it, but we still need to give record sheets out. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
not giving record sheets out for that thing is a
You
crime.
canonize it with record sheets and make it a non-issue. XTRO experimentals. It was a
Sure.
one and done. It was a fine bumblebee that crashed, and then people can play it if they want. or not,
Exactly.
but it's not really a thing in the game like all the rest of the experimentals. I mean, we're in a game that has a My Little Pony mech,
Yeah, right.
a Teddy Ruxpin mech.
Literally. Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
We got a bunch of Big Bird mechs now, which are goofier than all get out.
I have
We've got
fully painted
little
jump.
Quad
Jumping-
fees of all things, which are about the dumbest idea ever in Battletech. But an urban mech bam is the bridge too far. Come on.
I've got
Come on,
fully
cowards.
painted jumping Atlas from Iron Wind Metals. And
Mhm.
I've got a fully painted bull shark on the shelf over here. You can bet your ass every one of my companies is gonna get one of these Urban Mech Lamb salvage boxes.
See, I still don't have my hands on one of
Urban
those. I gotta
Mech
get
Lamb.
one.
They'll
We will-
probably be at GenCon, I'm assuming.
We will get you one at Gen Con. How's that?
And I heard some interesting news today. The Battletech Firestorm Pods are going to be showing up. Any of y'all
Yeah.
ever actually played in those?
Not
Not.
the Firestorm. I played in the original Virtual World Pods back in '93, I want to say, in Walnut Creek, many a time. But I've never played in the updated. They're running what, MechWarrior 4 still?
Yeah.
Yes, I
MechWarrior
believe
4.
so. MechWarrior 4
Yeah,
engine.
which that has me doubly excited because MechWarrior 4 is my favorite MechWarrior game to this day.
Yeah.
I think it's the most just arcade playable, replayable of all of them. And so I'm really hoping for an opportunity to revisit my beloved Summoner in a Firestorm pod versus people.
I'm throwing this on the table. There's 4 of us here. That's a lance. I will fund multiple rounds if we 4 want to get together and just go ham on this.
I
think it's only $7 a shot.
It's not
Yeah.
too expensive yet. And I was told for years they were there, pre-COVID Gen Cons. The pods were always there, and I wasn't sure about the cost. And then later, I think at a MetCon, they're like, "Oh, just come along. Tell us who you are, and you can play." So I will
all right.
definitely get in the pods.
Yeah, that is a deal. I love you for that, brother, because I cannot wait to get in. Just do some MechWarrior 4 stomping.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm
And
not
those
certain
are,
if
I
they
think,
do
the same
team-
ones from Houston.
I'm
I
not
think.
sure.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Actually, if
Mech
it's
Core guys?
MechWarrior 4, I don't know what all. Wonder if they're running the MechTech version or the more basic Microsoft. Be curious to find out because
It's modded no matter what, I think,
Yeah.
for their
Oh, yeah.
simulators.
yeah, I'm just wondering what the mech selections are going to be and whatnot available because. And
Well,
if you're stuck
when
with
I was
stock-
there in Houston, you had access to literally every mech. Like, you could be playing a Flea or an Annihilator if you wanted to, and, like, that actually happened.
So it sounds like they might have used the MechTech basic geometry package and whatever modified because those were not things that were ever in the original MechWarrior 4.
The Annihilator, at least. The Flea
And-
is in there.
Flea was,
Like-
yeah, but I'm saying you basically had 30 mechs, I want to say, but by the end of MechWarrior 4 mercs up around there that you could do. So, but
Swap my headphone battery here.
yes, sir. But yeah, I'm just curious on it because I mean, Summoner actually was the Walnut Creek pods, the original ones.
Yep.
So that turned me into a Summoner fanboy. I came in before the clan invasion. My first love with the clans was the Mad Dog. Once I saw the mini and all the artwork for it and whatnot, especially Ventures artwork in the 1990 Rules of Warfare compendium. That's the word, yeah. And
Some
I
art from
went-
Carrie Joe Patton right there.
loved it. Then I drove it in a not a Tesla pod yet, whatever the pre-Tesla pods were, and pretty much immediately went into heat shutdown because the Mad Dog is actually terribly designed for.
It's hot.
So out of curiosity, I just tried a Summoner and discovered no heat and jump jets are a beautiful combination. And I've been a stand for it ever since. Enough that I was up Anthony's butt while he was redesigning it pretty much every step of the way. No, I don't like that. Change that. No.
Pretz, have you played in them before?
No.
So I was going to say, am I the only one out of the 4 of us who's actually used them?
Why?
Yeah.
I
Don't
never-
be afraid of me. I wasn't like some hotshot ace. Like I wasn't, the guy from Robotech or anything like that. I was just kind of like, oh wow.
Getting used to the controls is going to be a thing. It's like, I think my literal tens of thousands of hours of MechWarrior 4 won't really count for much because totally different control setups. That's going to be fun.
Well, in the pod, it's all button based on an actual like heads up display. So you'll have like a coolant flush, or you'll have like toggles, and you'll actually have to go press the actual buttons to get that function out of it. Or the jump will be like in front of you, and you'll have to press up and actually hold the button to get the effect out of it.
Yeah,
No foot pedals. That kind of makes me sad.
The what now?
No foot pedals for jump jet. That makes me sad.
Oh yeah, no foot. The foot pedals are there for like torso rotation, and like if you just keep rotating, you can actually like turn all the way around, like and just face backwards and be walking that way, but shoot that way.
Do that with the Raven in MechWarrior 4 quite a bit.
So another one of the guys I'm looking real forward to seeing out there is Tommy Gofton of Six Sides of Gaming.
Yes,
one of the guys that's been real big into the whole development of the Aces game, Battletech Aces. I don't know if y'all got any experience or have you seen anything going on with Aces?
I've been watching them on the Friday night Six Sides of Gamings where they've been playing it, and oh my god! But Anthony,
It's nuts.
They were trying to get me in for one of those streams, and just like too much foot dragging, mostly by me, and it hasn't panned out yet. Now, on the flip side, I'll be working on things for Aces. That's interesting stuff coming from that.
And in my total some knowledge of Aces, I've heard it mentioned. So this
I will throw my hat into the ring to play Aces at any time with a group of people, because honestly, having an AI-driven enemy and all working together, I might even be able to get my wife to try to play that, because she's all about co-op. You know?
And the AI, I was just saying, is ruthless. Like, if you think you're going to get away from it, like, it just seems to know where to find you. And it's nuts how crazy it is.
Vicious.
Wait, you're actually doing something digital and computerized besides streaming and recording?
Wait, what? Oh, okay. So no, what this is Aces is a card system that, like, it's for Alpha Strike, and it says the AI wants this unit to move toward a unit that it can kill this turn, or it wants to fire at a unit that it can damage, or that it can hit this turn, that kind of thing. And then the player has to be the one to pick who that's going to be based on where that unit is at the time. And so, or it wants to move toward, the heaviest unit on the table, something like that. And so then you'll just have to choose who that's going to be if there's multiple instances on the table.
It wants to aim for the target with the least amount of internal structure on the table.
Right.
It's got all of these goals on these cards. And you flip over a card.
And you just flip them over and never know what it's going to be.
So it's kind of an analog version of the kind of engine that they use for MechWarrior 5 or HBS, where it's
procedural.
Once it smells blood, it just dies.
Yeah.
At least ways it seems like it, but that's the thing is it's not computerized. You're right, it's all analog. So like you're just flipping over cards and being like, how is it this good? How is it this bloodthirsty?
From what I heard Tommy talking 2 or 3 weeks ago on the Friday Night Aces stream. Hey Tommy, I'm giving you plenty of plugs there, buddy.
Hey, Magnificent Seven, baby!
They've got like 4 scenarios in Aces that can be run independently, or you can run them back to back to back to back to back as a campaign, and it runs either way. Not the last episode I saw, but one before. They got ripped apart by the AI, just flat out.
Oh God, it's just disgusting how good it is. And I'm just like, don't make me play a tournament against that thing. Please don't.
So it's very much a clockwork enemy, so that you can play without a GM or an Op4. I'm lucky to have a large local player base where we run a campaign, and there's ample Op4 players, and it's really fun. Some days the Op4 gets to bloody the mercenaries.
Right?
Those of us who use computers, there's this cool thing called Megamech. And its own version called Princess, which is its AI.
Yeah.
And
Princess is
the same thing. Princess can be cool depending how you set her up.
Princess is a pain in the ass.
And let's see, what else have I got going on? I've got the Bloodname tournament that I'm going to get into. And there was 2 things you could get. The ticket for the Bloodname tournament and then the ticket for the Grand Melee if you wanted to try and earn your way in old school style. So I got a ticket for both just in case, but like I intend to go into that qualifying tournament. And Pretz, you've played in our Christmas game that we play here every year. It's kind of like a macrocosm of that, where it's like you're on the field against a bunch of other guys and you just have to be the last one standing.
Yep.
Yep. And then like if you win it, then even if you didn't have a ticket for this Bloodname fight, then you would get to go and your entrance would be guaranteed. But I have the ticket, so
what you're going to do is you don't want to take the scariest mech, you don't want to take the easiest target mech, and you don't really want to be noticed. So you want to be kind of the quiet guy, just doing his thing, kind of middle of the pack mech.
But you want to also snipe some kills.
Yeah.
Because not dying and sniping kills are important factors, as we saw in that first year I was down in Tulsa.
Yes, that's right. The Green Bastard is coming with me, by the way, so you two will at least be reunited there. The Green Bastard is my urban mech that he used to win the Christmas tournament last year, so it was an Irby Derby, so yeah.
An Irby Derby.
I recommend not an urban mech for your trial. I'm just saying, probably not good for Grand Melee. But Hunter, maybe. That might do a nice job.
But the Green Bastard's still a fun little mech to have around.
Oh, yeah. Whatever I get, I hope it's fast. Just 5'8". Give me something 5'8", and I can pretty much rock it with that. I hear a tale that the Bloodname they are giving away at this one is for the Kerensky Bloodname.
Wow.
Ooh.
So, yeah, hey, if you win this trial, or this tournament, you walk away with the Kerensky Bloodname.
So
and I guess
you finally get rid of that terrible last name you already have and get to get a
come on. Now I gotta smack you on the tabletop in person for that one.
Now he gets to call himself Davian Kerensky.
Right? Yeah.
Oh god, now that's nauseating.
Hey, you know what? It beats
Ward out there.
It beats Hasek Davian, I'll tell you that.
You just need to collect a few more names to take the throne. Just walk the whole con, walk the artist alley, say hi to Ironwind, they're there.
Yeah, I am definitely going by Ironwind. I got to get the AIV Urban Mech if they have them with them. The only way I'll get that one is in the pewter, so I have to make a point to do that.
Say hi to everybody.
That's right, folks. If you see us at Gen Con, don't be afraid. Come up, say hello. We are very much looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much for joining us right here on the 46th episode of Battle Talk, making our way to number 50, baby, as we make our way up to Gen Con. Thanks so much for watching. We're sure looking forward to seeing you next time right here out on the Space Lanes.
Remember, you have to be a subscriber and leave a comment. Crowdfunding is when lots of people give you small amounts of money to help your passion project come to life.